So many fun things have been happening on the homestead this winter. So I just thought I'd put together a bunch of clips and just kind of share with you what's been going on. It's been a very long winter up here in northern Michigan, kind of going a little stir crazy. Everyone else is starting their seeds, and I'm staring at feet and feet of snow that need to melt in hopes of one day I actually will be able to dig in the dirt. That was my cat, Nala. She's outside guarding the fermented feed that we do for the pigs and the chickens. At the very first part, I was actually rendering lard. Now I'm showing just my lineup of tinctures that look like they need to be dusted, but I love herbs. I make a lot of tinctures because it's really easy way to preserve them and then just take them when I need them. I don't take those every day all the time, all of them, but when I need a certain thing going on, then I go ahead and do it. This little plant that I'm showing you here is some cherry tomatoes that I actually dug out of the pigs area in the fall before actually it frosted once or twice, and I brought them in and just kind of like have something green growing and eating some cherry tomatoes, which is fun. And here is our piggies. Of course, we're out feeding them every day, twice a day, and they get the fermented feed. And that red one is, her name is Red. She was supposed to be a Prince Harry, ended up being like a Princess Harriet. We basically just call her Red though because she's red. So supposed to be a boy to mate with our blondie, turned out to be a girl. So there you go. So we always have things going on like that. Showed up a girl. Oopsie. Okay, I ordered a bunch of new stuff to grow a bunch of seeds and seed starting. I use Mega Store Greenhouse. I really like their products, and so I have a lot of videos on seed saving, or I mean seed starting, and a whole course on seed starting as well. So that's some of the stuff that I bought new this year. I decided to splurge and buy some new stuff, but most of the time I just reuse things over and over. Bought some sulfur just for fun, and then some kind of tunnel cover too to help with broccoli, maybe keep some caterpillars off and stuff like that. So um, those are the 4-inch pots that I really enjoy from using from them. I'm not sure why I decided to show this twice, but there you go. We're going to talk about it again. So some sulfur. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use that for, but I needed to get free shipping, and I know some things I just need to have on hand. So we're splitting more wood. We've gone through more wood. We use an outdoor wood burner. That's great, and that but we got to keep up on the wood. Plus, we need a bunch of small pieces for maple syrup season because that's coming up real quick. This is me going to check on the bees, and who knows how much snow we have had, but I need to clear the bottom entryway away. You can see the little bees there. Some of them, they clean their house all the time, getting rid of the dead. When it warms up enough, maybe say 40 and sunny, they actually come out and take cleansing flights where they, do the pooping. But I have actually lost all my hives this year. I'm completely broken. I've heartbroken. Something's going on in the air, and a lot of people are losing their hives. And this is my going into my 5th year of beekeeping, which is I've done pretty darn well. And then this year lost 6 hives, so that's really stupid. And so got to get more bees and start over. That was my empty bread box because my oven is broke, but it's nice and clean, and it's going on a month tomorrow that it is still broke. That I was making some soap, making lots of soap for my Etsy orders that are always shipping out. Got different flavors, and it's made with our lard from our organic raised pasture piggies. It's the best of the best. Keep your skin the best, right? Your skin's your largest organ, so make sure you are putting good stuff on it. And I love my lard soap. This is me showing just kind of one of my videos I was doing about how tall the piles are and how you have to be so proactive about getting rid of, or when the husband is pushing the snow, just to push it as far back as you possibly can because it just keeps accumulating, and so you'll eventually run out of room, which felt like we were about to, with trying to make sure we have pathways to the different areas where we have the animals and the barns, and of course the long driveway that we have. So I'm just kind of pointing things out. That's Chippy right there. So hey, Chippy. He actually just barked underneath me in the garage right now. Funny. So it's been a fun winter. Lots going on the homestead, just preserving, doing different things, some new projects. Of course, homeschooling the kids. We do that every day, which has been which has gone really good. It was a struggle at first, but it has picked up momentum and we're doing good. That was me boiling maple syrup to make my homemade marshmallows. I actually grind up marshmallow root from my herb garden and then I put it in the marshmallows, which is my fun. And then I make a mess. We're making homemade pierogies, and I put in some flour. So there's the recipe, which you can find on my website. These are absolutely wonderful. I use a 3-inch biscuit cutter to kind of cut them out, and then you kind of use the rolling pin to roll them out nice and thin. And then you make delicious cheesy mashed potatoes, and then you just pinch them up. You boil them, and then you fry them up, and then you have delicious homemade pierogies. So they've been boiled, so they actually kind of expand a little bit. And then we fry them in lard, because guess what? We have pigs. We have lots of lard, so they make soap and they fry things up wonderfully. We made a whole bunch extra so that we can put them in the freezer. This is Blondie, right? Everyone knows Blondie. If you don't, there's, look at any of my pig videos. I always am petting her. She's my little cuddle butt. We moved her from the front garden to the back garden so she can go hang out with a beau and have some babies. So we were moving her. So it took us 2 hours to get her into that because she did not want to go up and over the little snowbank in there. She's being stubborn as a freaking pig. Oh my gosh. But it was fun. It worked. And I think we're going to have babies. Oh, ice, baby. So I had to have put on my ice cleats so I can get around and actually feed the animals without slipping and sliding because everything just kind of melted and then froze. So that was really fun, right? It is kind of fun. It's interesting. It keeps things, it's not boring. I mean, it's kind of boring in the winter no matter what, but there's always something different happening, especially with the weather up here, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm just kind of showing the mess. I have a longer video where I give the farm tour of the winter and the chaos that it has. It's a mess, is it not? How's your guys' weather? Let me know. Where are you at? Is it different this year? Is it the same? There's the cats peeking out of the barn. We actually had that open up a little bit so they can go in and out. Yeah, let me know about your weather. What's different about it? This year was definitely a true winter for northern Michigan. It's been a couple years of really easy going, and it hit hard this year. So we're now going to go walk back to the back garden. Just kind of check things out. If you could hear it on the video, which I took out the sound, it'd be crunch, crunch, crunch. And then you guys get that, if you get a lot of snow and it's that really light snow and it gets really, really cold, I call it the styrofoam crunch because it just feels like you're stepping on, or it sounds like you're stepping on styrofoam. But yeah, going back to just pure ice everywhere we go. Luckily, right now it's now let's see, it's March, so it's going back and forth, back and forth. And that would be where we would normally overwinter the pigs. And the fence is like 4 feet tall, completely covered. And then I'm making tea, right? Got to have some good warm tea, help with some immune boosting and stuff like that. That's me rendering down the lard. If you could only smell it now. So I'm just using that. I'm rendering it down in a crock pot. And then I'm just taking off the liquid and straining it so you don't get all the little crackling pieces and stuff like that. We get a lot of lard. We have some lard pigs. The smaller pigs, we didn't have as much. What's cool about lard is that there's so many things cool about lard. I'll put a video to it. But you can, you render it and it's like a yellow, and then as it cools down, it turns into pure white. It's so cool. I actually decided to can some ground pork this year. I've never canned meat particulars, usually anything from the vegetables from the garden, but I decided to go ahead and just get a bunch canned up so that it's preserved if the power goes out and the freezers give and whatever. We've got pork. It's nice. We're pork rich. This is homemade popcorn that I actually grew in the garden this year. This was a Japanese popcorn that worked really good. I couldn't believe it. I just grabbed some ears thinking that there's no way it was going to work. And I've been popping it, and it's delicious. It's white. It's a little bit smaller, but it pops. And and you just add whatever butter you want to it. It's amazing. I'm very thankful to God that we got all the blessings that He has given us this winter. and we are getting out of some health issues. Hopefully, I'll talk about eventually. And it just feels good. So these are my tinctures that I was kind of wrapping up, um, stuff like that. So